swallowed every silent tear, so you never see me bleeding. I painted on a steady smile while my colors faded slow. I thought if I just held on tight, you never let me go. I gave you all the softer parts of me. You held them carelessly. I broke for love. I shattered just to keep you whole. I gave you pieces of my heart until I had no soul. I broke my pride, I broke my truth, I broke my every rule just to stay the girl you wanted, but you still chose to lose. I broke for love, and love broke me too. Myself for every fight, like I was born to carry blame. Turn your distance into my fall and wore it like a chain. I shrank my dreams to fit your world, made myself small and quiet. You took the light right out of me, called it compromise. I was breaking slowly every day, but you just looked away. I broke for love. I silenced every doubt. I tried to fix what wasn't mine, till there was nothing left of us. I broke my voice, I broke my heart. I broke down on my knees, begging you to choose me while you were choosing to leave. I broke for love, and love broke me. Love shouldn't feel like losing who you used to be. It shouldn't take your laughter or steal your sanity. I thought that pain was passion. I thought that scars were proof, but love was never meant to feel like self-abuse. I broke for love till I didn't recognize my face. I gave you every fragile piece. You let them fall away. I broke my strength, I broke my hope. I broke beneath the weight of loving someone more than they could ever love me the same. I broke for love, but I won't break again. I broke for love. Now I'm breaking free. first time that you hurt me, you said you didn't mean it. I saw regret inside your eyes, and I chose to believe it. The second time was different. You barely even tried, but I kept finding reasons to stay there by your side. Every crack you left in me, I covered up with hope. And every time you pulled away, I held on twice as close. I loved you more each time. You gave me less of you. When your words got colder, mine were warmer too. I thought if I just proved it, you'd finally see my heart. But the harder that I loved you, the more we fell apart. I loved you more each time. I memorized your silence, learned how not to speak, turned my pain into patience, turned my strength into weak. I celebrated small things, like you staying one more night, while ignoring how you're leaving was already in your eyes. I kept saying love is patient, like that would make it true. them more each time. Now I'm learning how to love myself the way I loved you then, with loyalty and tenderness, without breaking again. I loved you more each time, but this time I choose me. I learned to cry without a sound, so you wouldn't feel the weight of all the cracks you left in me. Every time you came home late, I traced the truth along your shirt and perfume that wasn't mine. But I convinced myself that love just hurts sometimes. I held your anger like it wasn't mine, tucked the blade to keep the peace. You'd say I was too sensitive while you chipped away at me. I should've walked away back then, but I kept folding in. I stayed broken, soft, bending so you wouldn't fall off, loving you at any cost, even when it cost myself. I stayed broken, soft, turned every bruise into a thought, said it's okay when it was not, and blamed it on my heart. I kept choosing you. I stayed broken soul. I need excuses for your storms, called your distance just a phase. I wore my patience like a crown while you were slipping away. You'd kiss me when you felt alone, like I was safe to land. But safety doesn't mean I don't need steady hands. I swallowed words that cut my tongue, pretended I was strong. I thought if I loved quiet enough, you'd finally call my bluff. But I stayed broken, soft, shrinking down to fit your thoughts, letting every red flag drop like it didn't wave at all. I stayed broken, soft, built you up while I dissolved, gave you grace you never called. When I was breaking small, I kept choosing you. Maybe I call damn it's emotion. I thought pain meant passion and silence meant strength, but love shouldn't leave you questioning your place. I wasn't weak for loving hard, I was just afraid to let go. Soft doesn't mean I deserve the fall. Soft just means I felt it all. I stayed broken soft, but I won't break like that again. I won't trade my worth for someone who won't hold my hand. I stayed broken soft, but there's a strength inside my scars that's learning how to guard the tenderness I am. I kept choosing you. Losing me, but now I'm choosing me. I won't stay broken soft. Stay soft, but not broken, not again. You said forever like it meant something you could hold. But when the nights got heavier, your hands grew cold. I saw the fear inside your eyes when love became too deep. I was ready to dive in. You were scared to leave. I gave you truth without a mask. No games, no hidden past. I loved you loud, I loved you true, even when you withdrew. I stayed real when it got too hard to feel, when the cracks began to show and you let go. I stayed real, didn't run from what was real, didn't turn my heart to stone or leave you alone. You walked away to guard your pride, but I stayed real inside. I didn't twist the story around or make myself look strong. I own the tears, I own the hurt, I own when we went wrong. You said I felt too much sometimes, like depth was something weak. But loving someone honestly isn't easy to keep. I never played a safer part. I handed you my heart. built your walls, I stayed exposed, and that's the truth you chose. I stayed real when love required will, when forever needed fight. In the middle of the night, I stayed real, even when it didn't heal, even when you couldn't stand to take my hand. I would have stayed through every storm while you disappeared, but I stayed real. Maybe being real scared you away. Maybe loving honest was too much to face. I wasn't perfect, but I was true, and truth can't feel too strong for you. I won't apologize for loving without sky. I was real, you were unsure. I stayed real, and I won't change that still. I won't want love halfway or hide what I feel. I stayed real, and one day someone will meet me where I stand and take my hand. You may have walked away from me, but I won't lose what's real. I stayed real, and that's how I'll heal. I stayed real through it all, and that's something you can't take at all. I'll let you see the parts I hide, the cracks beneath my skin. Told you secrets I swore I'd never tell again. You said, baby, you're safe with me, like I could finally breathe. So I laid my armor at your feet and handed you the key. I was careful with my fragile heart until you held it in your arms. I trusted you with me, with every broken piece, with all the doubts I couldn't speak, and every fear beneath. I trusted you with dreams I'd never dared to dream. You promised you would never leave. Now look what's left of me. I trusted you with me. Voice would shake when I was scared to lose you. You knew the way my past still aches, and still you chose to bruise it. You kissed the tears off my face, swore you'd never close them. Now I'm staring at the damage and the silence in the aftermath. I gave you all the best of me, and you gave back the worst of you. I trusted you with me, with every fragile and walked away so fast. I trusted you with me, with all I'll ever be, with the girl I used to hide and the woman I could be. I trusted you with forever, with every heartbeat free. You promised you would treasure every part of me. Now I'm gathering the pieces of who I used to be, 'cause I trusted you. I trusted you. I trusted you with me. Next time I fall in love, I won't get that so easily, 'cause I trusted you with me. Next time I fall in love, I won't give in so easily, 'cause I trusted you with me. I let you see the parts I hide. Next time I fall in love, next time I fall in love, next time I fall in love, I let you see the parts I have trusted you with me. Next time I fall in love, I trusted you. Next time I fall in love, next time I fall in love, I trusted you with me. I let you see the parts I never raised my voice at you, even when you raised your doubt. I held your fears like fragile glass while mine were breaking out. I learned the corners of your pain, the silence in your stare. I loved you in the smallest ways, like brushing back your hair. I chose you in the quiet moments, not just when it was easy. I loved you soft always, like a morning light through lace, like steady hands in heavy storms, like mercy wrapped in grace. You loved me hard some days, then let the feeling fall, but I loved you soft always, even when you didn't love me at all. Changing moods, the distance in your touch. You said you just needed space, I gave you too much. I stayed gentle with your heart while mine was bruised and blue. I kept believing tenderness would bring you back to truth. I thought if I stayed patient, you'd remember who we were. I loved you soft always, through every sharp goodbye, through every night you turned away and left me there to cry. I held the door wide open, you let the cold wind call, but even through it all. Maybe softness isn't weakness, maybe it's my strength. Maybe loving without armor is brave in its own way. You may forget the way I cared or how I chose to stay, but you'll never say I didn't love in the purest way. I won't harden just because you did. I loved you soft always, but now I love me too. I won't let your leaving turn my heart untrue. You may have walked away from us, but I won't let love fall. I loved you soft always, and that was beautiful. You didn't stay long enough to understand it all. I loved you soft always. The house is quiet after dark. No TV, no disguise, no busy day to keep me strong. No laughter in your eyes, your coffee cup still on the shelf, your jacket by the door. I tell myself I'm doing fine, till I can't pretend anymore. Daylight lets me fake a smile, but shadows tell the truth. I I miss you more at night, when the world slows down, when there's nothing left to drown you out, and you're not around. I'm strong until the stars come out, and I lose the fight. I can hold myself together, but I miss you more at night. I scroll through old photographs like they might pull you back. Your voice still lives inside my head, filling in the cracks. The bed feels twice as empty now. Your side is cold and wide. I reach across the loneliness and find the other side. I thought time would make it easier, but silence makes it loud. I miss you more at night, when the lights are low, when memories play like movies. I don't wanna know, every I love you echoes in the pale moonlight. I tell myself I'm moving on, but I miss you more at night. Do you ever think about me when the sky turns gray? Or did you pack away our love with everything you gave away? I try to be brave in the daylight, but bravery fades with the sun. And when the dark wraps around me, I come undone. I miss you more at night, when my heart can't hide, when all the tears I held back finally fall inside. I'm learning how to live without you, trying to be alright. But no matter how strong I am, I miss you more at night. Morning comes and I survive, put my broken pieces right. But when the world goes quiet again, I miss you more at night. The night you said it's over, the walls began to shake. Your voice was calm and steady, while my whole world felt myself fall. You walked away so strong, but my goodbye went wrong. My tears stayed long after you were gone. They fell like quiet rain from dusk until the dawn. You moved on fast like nothing was wrong, but my heart held on, and my tears stayed long. I kept your pictures on the shelf, like you might still come home. I traced your name in empty air, in a house that felt alone. I tried to tell myself that love just fades with time, but every memory of you still cuts like a line. You found your peace so soon, I'm still missing you. My tears stayed long through every silent night. I held on to the love you let slip out of sight. You closed the door, I kept it unlocked. You let your feelings fade, but mine never stopped. You found your way while I stayed strong, but even strong hearts break, and my tears stayed long. Maybe I loved you deeper, maybe I felt too much. Maybe my heart was softer, craving every touch. I would have stayed through anything, through every right and wrong, but I was loving all alone, all along. My tears stay long, but they won't fall forever. I'm learning how to breathe again, learn to pull myself together. You were my favorite song, but now the music's gone. Still the echo lingers on. carried hope on fragile wings. You carried none at all. I was building us a home. You were building walls. I should have seen it from the start. You held back half your heart. Love was never equal. I was reaching, you were letting go. I was fighting for forever, you were keeping it on hold. I gave you all my pieces, you gave me half-truths and excuses. I was drowning in the deep end while you stood there by the shore. Love was never equal. I was loving you more. I learned to live on breadcrumbs you dropped along the way, calling crumbs a feast just so you would stay. You pulled me close when you felt alone, but push away my needs. I watered something dying while you scattered seeds. I kept shrinking to fill your space, losing myself to save your face. Love was never equal. I was giving, you were taking. I was breaking into pieces. You were barely even shaking. I bent until I nearly broke. You never felt the weight. I was praying we could grow while you were sealing fate. Maybe I thought love meant pain. Maybe I confused loss with gain. I kept believing if I tried, you'd finally stand by my side. But love shouldn't feel like war, or leave you begging for more. Two hearts should beat the same, not play a one-sided game. Love was never equal, but my love was always real. Every tear I cried alone was something you couldn't feel. I gave you all I had to give, till nothing else was left. Now I'm learning how to live with a heart you never kept. I was all in, you were unsure. I deserve something more. Love was never equal, and I won't settle anymore. One day I'll find a love that's fair, two open hands, two hearts that care, and I'll remember what I knew. Love should feel equal from me to you. You used to look at me like I was home, like my arms were where you'd always belong. Now your eyes just pass right through my soul, like you've already packed and gone. I hear the distance in your voice, even when you're lying next to me. Silence says what you won't say, and it's killing me quietly. I can feel you slipping through my hands like water I can't hold. If you're already somewhere else, don't leave me in the cold. Stay honest, don't protect my heart if it's already breaking anyway. Don't kiss me like you mean it. If you're planning your escape, I'd rather cry from the truth than smile through your disguise. If you don't love me like you used to, stay honest, don't lie. I still memorize your breathing like it's something I could lose. I still fight for every moment. You don't even try to choose. I keep fixing what feels fragile. You keep saying we're okay, but love shouldn't feel this lonely when you're only steps away. If your heart has found the door, don't let mine beg you to stay. Stay honest, don't protect my heart if it's already torn in two. Don't hold me just to ease your guilt. I'm convenient for you. I'd rather drown in the truth than breathe inside your lies. If you don't love me like you used to, stay honest, don't lie. I don't need forever promises if forever isn't real. I don't need another I love you if you don't know how to feel. Break me clean, don't break me slow. Don't make me beg for clarity. If I'm losing you already, give me back my dignity. Suffer love that stays, not one that slowly fades away. Stay honest, let the truth cut deep. If that's what it has to do, don't build me up with fragile words. If you're already through, I'll survive the heartbreak. I just can't survive the didn't break in a single night. No shattered glass, no final fight. Just quiet spaces growing wide between your heart and mine. Your kisses lost their urgency. Your hands stopped reaching out for me. We were standing face to face, but love had left the place. It faded like a setting sun, so gradual I didn't run. Love slipped away slowly, like sand between our hands, like colors turning faded on pictures we once planned. I didn't see it leaving till there was nothing left to hold me. No thunder, no goodbye. Love slipped away slowly. We talked but never really spoke. We laughed but something felt broke. I searched your eyes for what we were, but found a distant blur. I held on tighter every day while you were drifting far away. I felt it in the way you'd sigh, like you'd already said goodbye. We were unraveling thread by thread, losing words we never said. Love slipped away slowly, like whispers in the dark, like fire losing courage till there was just a spark. I tried to keep it burning while you were letting go of me. No moment I can blame. Love slipped away slowly. Maybe that's the cruelest part. No villain, just two fragile hearts. No screaming, no slam door, just not us anymore. If I had known we were that close to becoming ghosts, I would have held you tighter a little longer. Love slipped away slowly, and I watched it disappear through every small I'm tired, through every silent tear. I was fighting for a memory while you were setting us free. No crash to make it clear. Love slipped away slowly. Now I sit with what remains, echoes wrapped in quiet pain. Sometimes the softest goodbye is the hardest one to see. When love slips away slowly. You used to look at me like I was all you'd ever need. Your hands would find my face like I was where your heart would be. But something shifted slowly, like seasons out of place. Your smile didn't reach your eyes, your touch began to fade. I felt it in the silence, in the space between our names. But I kept telling myself, it's just a phase. I stayed when you changed, when your love grew cold, when forever turned to maybe, and your hand stopped holding. I stayed through every distance, through every quiet pain. I kept loving who you were when you weren't the same. I stayed when you changed. You started closing doors you used to leave wide open. Your words were careful, short, like feelings left unspoken. I asked if we were okay. You said I worried too much, so I swallowed all my questions. that. It shouldn't make you chase what you already had. I stayed when you changed, but this time I won't. The shirt you left, like it could hold what we had said. Your coffee cup still on the shelf, lipstick, ghost, and broken breath. The house is quiet in a way that even silence feels too loud. Every room still says your name, but you're not here to turn around. You walked away with steady hands. I stayed behind with shattered plans. I'm holding the goodbye I carry like a weight against my chest. You dropped it like it didn't matter. I'm the one who feels what's left. You said sometimes love just changes, like that would make it right. But I'm the one still waking up with your leaving every night. Replay how your voice went soft when you said it's not your fault. Like that could stop the breaking glass of everything we lost. I would have fought through every fear, through every storm you couldn't stand. But you chose a road without me and let go of my hand. You found your freedom in the door. I found the pieces on the floor. I'm holding the goodbye I carry in every breath I take. You close the chapter clean and easy. I'm still reading through the ache. You said you'll find somebody better, like love is just replaced. But I'm the one still learning how to live with empty space. Maybe I loved you deeper than you ever meant to stay. Maybe I built a forever on words that couldn't stay. You left your key upon the table, but kept the best of me. Now I'm learning how to gather what you didn't need to keep. Some goodbyes are spoken once, but echo endlessly. I'm holding the goodbye I carry, but I won't let it bury me. You may have walked away from love, but love won't walk from me. I'll cry for what we could have been, for what we tried to be. I'm holding the goodbye I carry, but one day you won't carry me. pretty like a movie scene, slow dancing in a broken dream. You said forever like a vow, but forever isn't now. I gave you pieces of my past, hoping somehow we would last. You held my heart inside your hands, but didn't understand. I was all in, no safety net. You were halfway, no regret. Love wasn't fair, I gave you everything. You gave me almost, and that's the cruelest thing. I stayed through storms you never felt. While I was breaking, you never knelt. I carried us when you didn't care. Tell me why love wasn't fair. I was fighting for us both while you were letting go. I learned the rhythm of your moves, tiptoed round your changing truths, smile like I was satisfied, while my heart slowly cried. You'd pull me close when you felt alone, but push away when love was shown. I made excuses every time, like losing you was a bigger crime. I kept believing love would grow, but you were already letting go. Love wasn't fair, I gave you all of me. You kept your heart in secrecy. I've been till I could barely stand, just to keep hold of your hand. I gave you more than I could spare. Tell me why love wasn't fair. I was building something true while you were passing through. Maybe love needs two brave hearts, not one holding broken parts. Maybe I mistook your stay for love that wouldn't walk away. Now I'm learning what I deserve, a love that's steady, not unsure, something equal, something rare, not a love that isn't fair. Love wasn't fair, but I was real. Every scar you couldn't feel. I stayed when I should have run. Loved you more than you'd ever done. Now I'm stronger from the tear, from every lonely silent year. I gave you truth, you gave me air, and that's why love wasn't fair. One day someone will meet me there with open hands and equal care, and I'll remember through the pain. Love shouldn't feel like a losing game. To say my name like it was your favorite word. Now it falls between your lips like something barely heard. You used to reach for me in the middle of the night. Now there's a distance in your touch, like I'm fading from your sight. Don't know when it changed, or if I missed the sign. But somewhere in your heart I was left behind. When you forgot me, I was still holding on, still writing off forever after you were gone. When you forgot me, I remembered every kiss, every promise that you made. Now I'm the only one who does. You moved on so easily, like we were just a memory. But I'm still lost in who we used to be. When you forgot me, your laughter sounds the same, but it's not meant for me. You look at me like I'm someone you used to need. I search your eyes for signs of the love I knew before, but all I see is someone already out the door. I kept trying to remind your heart of mine, but you can't force a flame that's already died. When you forgot me, I was fighting for us both, trying to fix a love you already let go. When you forgot me, I was begging silently for you to see I'm still the girl who gave you everything. You set my heart free, but not the kind that sets you free, just the kind that breaks you quietly. When you forgot me, did you erase the nights we swore we'd never leave? Or was I the only one who truly believed? I replay every I love you like it might bring you back, but memories don't answer when love goes black. When you forgot me, I felt myself disappear, like I was just a chapter you didn't need to keep. When you forgot me, I was still yours completely, but loving you alone was slowly killing me. Now I'm learning how to breathe. storm behind my eyes, but said that I'd be fine. You heard the tremble in my voice, and still you drew the line. I reach for you in quiet ways you never seem to see. I was falling right beside you, but you let go of me. I didn't need you to fix my pain, I just needed you to stay. You let me break alone while you were standing close. I was drowning in the silence, you were holding your own. I was screaming without sound, begging not to fall apart, but you let me break alone with your name inside my heart. We slept on opposite edges of the same cold bed. So many things were dying, but nothing was said. I memorized your distance, the space between our hands. I kept trying to be stronger so you wouldn't understand. I thought love meant holding tight through the darkest night. You let me break alone, you watched me lose my light. I was fighting for a heartbeat, you were done with the fight. I gave you all my weakness, every fragile part, but you let me break alone, right in the dark. Was I too much to carry, or not enough to save? Did you ever feel me shaking, or did you just look away? I would have held you through it all, through every fear you faced. But when it came to my tears, you couldn't stay in place. You let me break alone while calling it love. You said you cared about me, but that was never enough. I needed arms around me, instead you built a wall. And when my whole world shattered, you didn't catch me at all. You let me break alone, and that's what hurts the most. Not that we fell apart, but that you stayed so close. Now I'm picking up the pieces of a heart you never held, and learning how to heal by myself. We were dancing in the kitchen light, barefoot dreams at 2 a.m. You said forever feels so right, and I believed you then. We carved our names into the dark, like time would never fade. I gave you every hopeful part of promises we made, but forever turned to Sunday, and Sunday swept away. Love didn't stay. It slipped right through my hands like water. I was trying so hard to understand. We had a fire burning, but it slowly turned to gray. I held on tight with all my might, but love didn't stay. You started looking past my eyes like something else was there. Your silence louder than your lies, your absence and your stare. I tried to be the missing piece, the calm inside your storm. But hearts don't break in honesty, they break when love gets warm. I felt you leaving inch by inch, but I was scared to say it. Love didn't stay. It slowly walked away. No slammed doors, no shattered glass, just feelings that decayed. You stopped reaching for my touch, like I had changed that day. But I'm still me, just minus you, and love didn't stay. Did we run out of words to say, or did you just stop choosing me? I would have fought 1,000 wars if you had stayed to see. Now I replay the little things, the way you said my name, how something once so beautiful could disappear in pain. Love didn't stay, though I begged it not to go. I tried to warm what had grown cold, but I was loving you alone. We built a life on fragile faith and watched it fade to yesterday. I gave you everything I had, but love didn't stay. Now the house is quiet and my heart still aches. We didn't fall apart in flames, we just slowly broke, and that's the hardest part. We were dancing in my house. It's quiet and my heart still aches. We didn't fall apart in flames. We just slowly broke. And that's the hardest part to face. Love didn't You said you needed time to think. Such space would help us breathe. But space just built a wall so high you couldn't even see me. I watched you pack your promises, fold them into maybe. You kissed my forehead like goodbye, but wouldn't say it plainly. I stood there holding all our plans while they slipped right through your hands. I kept waiting for you to turn around, but you never made a sound. You didn't stay for me. You stayed for comfort, stayed for ease, but when it got too hard to be, you walked away so easily. You didn't stay for me, not for my heart, not for my dreams, not for the girl who would have fought through anything, through everything. I would have stayed through every stormy sea, but you didn't stay for me. I tried to be your safest place, your quiet after long days, but safety wasn't what you wanted. You were already halfway. I felt it in the way you'd pull your love back inch by inch, like I was something temporary you could drop without a flinch. I gave you all my loyalty, you gave me uncertainty. I kept believing love was choice, but you never used your voice. You didn't stay for me when forever scared you deep, when loving me meant digging in. You chose the way that's free. You didn't stay for me. You stayed till it was inconvenient, till effort felt too heavy and leaving felt too easy. I would have carried us on wounded knees, but you didn't stay for me. didn't stay for me. Not when it mattered most, not when forever stood at the door, asking what we chose. You didn't stay for me, and that's the truth that breaks. I was already choosing you, and every breath I take, I would have loved you endlessly, but you didn't stay for me. One day someone will stay without being asked, stay without looking back, stay because of me. Not in spite of me. You swore on stars that we would last, said my heart was safe in yours. You traced forever on my skin, like it was something sure. I built my world around your words, every promise that you made. But somewhere in your restless eyes, I saw the colors fade on. I was steady as the tide, you were drifting with the night. You didn't stay true enough to the love we used to be. I was fighting for us both, you were setting yourself free. You didn't stay true enough when temptation called your name. I was holding on to faith, you were playing different games. I gave you all my trust, thought that would be enough, but you didn't stay true enough. I heard it in the way you spoke, like it was in your tone. You held my hand a little less, like I was not your home. I asked you if your heart was mine. You said, baby, don't you worry, but love should never feel like it's always in a hurry. I was loyal to the bone, you were halfway gone. You didn't stay true enough to the vows inside your eyes. I was standing in the truth while you were living lies. You didn't stay true enough when it mattered most to try. I was begging you to choose, you were learning how to lie. I gave you all my trust, thought that would be enough, but you didn't stay true enough. Was she worth the tears you caused? Was it worth the love we lost? I would have walked through fire for you, you just walked across. I never needed perfect love, just honesty and heart, but you let someone else tear our world apart. You didn't stay true enough, and that's the deepest cut. Not that you walked away, but how you gave her us. I was loving you out loud, you were hiding in the dark. Now I'm left with broken vows and a be true enough, but I was true. I remember how your fingers traced my name, like I was something you were scared to claim. You'd hold me close, but your eyes would drift, like loving me was some kind of gift. I memorized the silence in between every I love you, you didn't mean. I gave you all my fragile light, you only met me halfway at night. I was drowning in your shallow sea, begging you to reach for me. Love felt one-sided, I was the only one falling. You were standing still while I was crawling. Gave you my heart, you let it break. Smiled through tears I had to fake. I kept believing you'd change your mind, but you were leaving me behind. I was fighting for us alone. Love felt one-sided, all on my own. I painted futures in my head while you pulled further with every step. I heard forever in your lies, but never saw it in your eyes. You kissed me like a soft goodbye, like I was just a lullaby. Something sweet you'd hum sometimes, but never keep between the lines. I kept trying to make you see what you meant to me. Love felt one-sided, I was the only one falling. You were silent while my heart was calling. Gave you my trust, you let it fade. Every promise slowly decayed. I kept begging for a sign that your heart was close to mine, but I was loving you alone. Love felt one-sided, cold as stone. Maybe I was just too much, or maybe you just couldn't love the way I needed, deep and true. I built my world around you. Now I'm picking up the pieces of a heart that still believes in something real, something whole, not half a love that takes its toll. Love felt one-sided, I was the only one trying. You never saw the nights I spent crying. I gave you my soul, you gave me doubt, left me here to figure it out. I deserve to love that stayed, not one that slowly slipped away. Now I'm learning to let you go. Love felt one-sided, but I loved you so. I loved you more than you could see, but you were never loving me, and that's the